y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Hey everyone, we're here with Stacey and Adam from Savage Master. Let me start out by saying I greatly appreciate you all taking the time to come hang out and bullshit with me tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Hell yeah. Um, so you guys just got off tour. How did that
Yeah,
go?
that was awesome. We This tour was kind of based around 2 minutes to Tulsa, which is it was the second year doing that fest, and it's really cool. It's I think it's exciting that somewhere even in the middle of the country now there are metal fests popping up. Like that's really cool.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I feel like metal is like it's thriving now what I feel like it did back in the, early
Yeah,
mid 80s, right?
Yeah.
definitely coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fantastic. And it's a big family too, right? Like at the
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
At
Absolutely.
the Green Lantern show, right? It was like, oh, hey, like, what's up? I miss you. Haven't
Yeah.
seen you in a
Oh
minute.
yeah.
Definitely. It's
Definitely.
definitely like that for
You
sure.
Yeah.
know?
See a lot of people that are in this world over and over again. So
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And you guys just had River Jordan join the
Yeah.
ranks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That was
That
great. River did fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
soup.
It was crazy, but like he joined uh and was ready to tour with us without ever having played with us. But
That was amazing.
it was amazing. He did a great job. We were real proud of him.
We watched some of his video with you.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's a tremendous musician,
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
right?
Very talented.
You
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
but I think everyone you guys have is super talented, you know?
Yeah, we got a good group. Yeah,
Hell
we're really
yeah.
happy. Yeah.
Johnny, I mean, Adam fucking rocks it out, of course.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
and then you got, of course, Nick, who
Yeah, Nick's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
I feel like he's in every band around.
Right. Yeah.
He's a man in show business.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so the last album, you guys are, I want to get this right and correct me if I'm wrong, 4 full lengths, 2 EPs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Uh,
We've got a new full length in the can that will be out sometime next year, probably. That'd be a five total. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right on. Um, Something I thought was really cool that I'd never seen before is the sand-filled vinyl.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was neat.
Those are
Uh,
that was super fucking cool.
yeah, it was-
How did that come about?
well, the guy that runs Shadow Kingdom, Tim, it was his idea. I guess he had seen some. I'm not sure. I can't remember now where he saw one of them, but he's like, "We got to do this with blood color sand or whatever, you know."
Yeah.
And so he did, and I was honestly surprised because they weren't cheap. But people bought them, all of them. And then he did another release of them with glow in the dark sand, I believe, like a smaller.
Yeah.
You know.
We didn't see any of those in
I've not
person.
seen any of those in person, but they're
Yeah.
cool still.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's super cool. Like I was,
And it takes quite some time for the guy to make them. I believe it's like one guy making them.
Yeah, they're handmade.
They're handmade, so each one of them takes quite some time.
Yeah, and if you look at, I mean, if you've ever had a liquid filled vinyl, it's the same kind of concept. It's two vinyls with some kind of
Yeah,
seal,
yeah,
yeah,
sealed off.
and then like with the liquid, they inject it. I don't know what exactly they do with the sand. Pour it in somehow, I guess. I don't know.
yeah,
Very cool though.
it's so wild. Like I looked at it on the table and I was like,
Yeah,
man,
it's mesmerizing.
yeah. Like, man, I'm a little bit of a vinyl nerd, so I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you guys sold out of all of those?
I believe
I
so.
don't think we have any of those left at all.
Good for you. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
We're always looking for some kind of interesting format to put it out on, to put the new albums out on.
yeah,
We did an 8-track and then we did this one. So I don't know if
yeah,
we can actually mini CD or something.
yeah.
Yeah. Just not those flexi discs. Those things are
No,
No.
terrible.
a whole box set of flexi discs.
Yeah.
That's what we'll be.
Yeah. We played with this one band and they put out it's just a joke, but it was a 1 inch vinyl, like, You could lose it in your pocket.
1 inch.
Oh shit. Like, yeah, it's like a quarter,
I
you
don't
know?
think it's
It's
really
1 inch.
playable, but it's just a little cute mock-up.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So how did 2 minutes to Tulsa go for you all?
Really good. It was awesome. A great crowd, very enthusiastic crowd, and just, you know, we got to see lots of friends. It's always a fest, you know, you see a lot of familiar
And
faces.
a lot of cool bands. We got to see Nasty Savage. We'd never seen them
Yeah,
before.
that was super
I've
cool.
listened to them since I was a kid, so it was pretty interesting to finally see it live. And I don't know if you've seen them, but it's wild.
Oh my.
It's
Yeah, there are all kinds of antics.
he smashes a lot of TVs.
Smashes TVs with a
Yeah.
chain, smashes apples with a chain.
Sometimes they would be playing and the chain is louder than they are.
Oh, you could, yeah, we were right next to the stage and you could hear the
Hear the chain here, like whack.
It'd be scary if you were on stage with that. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
It was a great fest though, and they really do a good job there.
Yeah, it was well organized. They took care of us.
Those guys are really cool, and they got a good thing going there. This year, I think it was bigger and better than the last one, so I'm sure next year will be even better.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And like she said, it's just really great to see someone kind of in the deep Midwest like that doing something with heavy metal that actually involves heavy metal bands and stuff like that. It's just different. It's nice
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
Definitely, we need more of that.
For sure.
Mhm.
You know, I think a lot of the traditional, right, heavy metal is really um coming to the foreground, right? You've got obviously Night
Yeah,
Demon is, you know, I feel like they're out there just every fucking
Yeah, they're
day.
always out.
always out there,
Yeah,
constantly.
you know, and
Yeah, a
then
lot of bands are working really hard, like trying to move the genre forward, I think.
yeah,
Um, I really, you really do have quite a few bands, and so many new bands have popped up just since we started regionally. When we started out with our band regionally, and just in the States, there were a handful of these type of bands, 20 maybe. And now it seems like there's like 2,000 of these bands in the States. It's
yeah,
like a new one of these bands every week you find out about, it's different. Cool.
Yeah.
It's really catching fire.
for sure.
You know, new wave of traditional heavy metal YouTube channel. You could follow that and see new bands every single
Every
day.
single day you could hear a new release by some, traditional style metal band or
It's
something close to that
it's
band.
unbelievable.
That's awesome. Like
Yeah.
it's great for music, right? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you guys, a lot like me, just listen to a lot of different styles and to know,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
obviously growing up with, you know, a lot of the traditional heavy metal, it's really, really nice to uh see it like, I don't want to say like a revolution, but see it come back and get a
Yeah.
lot of play, you know?
Mhm.
A lot of interest from young people, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See people get into it again,
Yeah.
kind of all over again. It's really neat.
for sure. Yeah. I'll tell you something funny. Speaking of young people, my daughter, uh, she was probably, I gotta think, she was 10 or 11 at the time. We let the kids pick our summer vacation, and they decided to take us to Minneapolis to see Guns N' Roses play some stadium. Like, okay, that's cool. We're driving through Illinois, and it's, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night. It's dark out. My daughter goes, "Hey mom." She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You know who my favorite band is?" Jen goes, "Who?" She goes, "Night Demon." She's like, I'm like, "Yeah, that makes me really proud." She goes, "You know what my
That's
favorite
great.
she goes, "You know what my favorite song is?" Jen goes, "What?" She goes, "Satan." She goes, "Oh my God, don't you dare tell your grandmother."
That's great. Actually, that reminds me, we most recently on this tour we played at Black Circle in Indianapolis, and there were some young kids up front, just totally rocking out, and we have like a devil guy come out on stage, and she was threw the horns to him. It was just so awesome.
It was great. Perked right up.
Yeah, she perked right up. She kind of had her head down, and she looked up and saw him, and then just threw
She's
the
like,
horns.
"Yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. It's good to get kids involved in that shit, right? Because
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you
it's
guys
fun.
have a good show. So like getting the kids out to the show is it's entertaining for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids always dig what we do.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, I fucking dig what you do, and I'm just a big
Well,
kid.
thank you.
I was,
Yeah.
you know, I'd never listened to Bloodstar or Screamer before, and I was really impressed with both of those bands.
Yeah,
Every night they were both so solid. It was
just fantastic every night. Very professional and on it every night. Yeah.
Mhm.
Really brought it, which was great because it really ups things for us too.
Yeah.
It makes us more excited and want to give each other a
Everybody,
shot,
yeah.
you know, it's like
It
a
sharpens everybody.
friendly competition. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really nice.
It's
Yeah.
very cool.
Well, we
Good
can't
people.
fucking suck tonight. We better get out
Right.
there.
No.
That's right. You got
Right. Not after that. Yeah.
but yeah, both are like exceptionally good bands with really good, memorable songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of it, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
so much, so much. But I think that's one of the things about, about like the style you guys play is across the board, a good band, all their songs are memorable. And of course there are some standouts, but
sure.
as a whole, right? Like the songs are just they're good, solid, they've got a great structure and they hit you and grab you and you're like, "Oh, fuck yeah."
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah.
I agree.
So what made you guys go, initially go, okay, we want to do like a traditional heavy metal?
It was just kind of what we were mostly listening to, and I grew up around classic rock. So for me, it's like I grew up with classic rock. I got into like more extreme stuff in high school, but then I kind of like bridged the gap with heavy metal, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And it's kind of where it makes sense to me musically.
I'd been doing like punk music and stuff like that. I really wanted to do a retro kind of metal band. Um, for quite some time, I wanted to do it, but just in Louisville, that was like almost impossible. There just was no scene for it. There was nobody into it. Nobody wanted to go for any kind of look or any kind, like nobody would go the whole route with it. So it was quite hard. And then we were introduced through a mutual friend, and that was pretty much like, yeah, she wanted to sing for one of those bands, and I wanted to do one of those bands, and I was like, let's just do it. And then through some other things we had in common, that's how the rest of the pieces fell apart together with the look and all that kind of stuff. But that was initially it, was just finding the only other person near me that wanted to do anything remotely like this.
Yeah.
It happened to be
Yeah.
exactly what we wanted
Yeah.
to do. Like that was the only person I had met, at that time. That's quite a while ago, and the scene was, like I said, much different.
Yeah.
Um, there was just no other opportunity. So as soon as we met, we knew we had to do something with it.
Mhm.
And then it was just a matter of finding the people that could do it for the time, for the time being until we found the right people or whatever we could do.
Yeah.
And that's,
Well,
that's how it went forward.
well, and you guys are pretty dedicated to the band, very active, which something I always go back to. I think like Louisville as a whole, right, has a really solid like music community. There
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
some tremendous bands across the board, and I feel like now is, it's better than it's ever been, and not that it's ever been shitty, but like the bands just keep getting better and better.
Yeah, yeah. There's so much more variety now too than ever. Like there's people playing like every genre of music. It exists there now.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And
And yeah, you have some crazier band like Volcandra, like Rivers of the band. That's like kind of a mix of things in a way. Like they
yeah.
mix a different element in that's really interesting, and they're doing something different.
Yeah.
It's
And
pretty
it's,
cool.
them, they obviously they had the full length, the EP, and then the new full length, which you can see the progression in them, which is
Right.
fantastic. And it's the same way with you all,
Oh
right?
yeah.
From your first release to the latest release, like you see a progression. And I feel like, that last release was so solid, such a just tremendous piece of work. I'm just like,
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm like,
Thank
fuck, that is so good.
you. That's great.
Thanks a lot.
We'll think of the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, we felt the same way too. It was definitely a more concrete offering than the albums before it. The sound quality was much better.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It was just a production jump, and we were just in the right place at the right time to make that record, I think.
Right on. So did you guys use a different studio with the last album?
Same studio with the newest. We did. Myth Magic and Those Who Hunt at Night at the same place. But this new one we did, we tracked it in Fort Wayne, Indiana at Chip Tooth, and with our buddy Dan, he did a great job. We tracked it there, and then it's going to be mixed by Arthur from Eternal Champion. He'll be doing all that stuff, mix and mastered. So we'll see what he does to it.
Right on.
Last time he mastered it, and
Yeah,
we were very impressed.
yeah, we were very happy with that.
So this time we're going the whole route with it. We'll
Like
see.
do it all. Yeah, he'll have his
Yeah, just do it all.
Yeah.
Just do crazy. Yeah.
hell yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see.
How many songs do you guys have for the new album?
It'll be 10 songs,
Okay.
straight 10. Pretty varied material. We'll see what people think. It's a
I'm
little
sure.
bit out there. Some of it.
Oh yeah.
Well, just like and then expansion.
Okay.
Definite expansion.
He's like, it's out there. I'm like, did you go like desert rock? What's going on over here?
Not that, but there are some songs that definitely push what we would normally do. Yeah,
Right on.
it's pretty kind of interesting. Yeah.
So I like seeing that, right? When bands kind of expand on what they're doing and push and get out there and try new things. Like obviously, bands like AC/DC, right? They have the same thing through,
Sure.
Yeah.
and it's good. You know what you're getting every time. But there comes a time when you're like, all right, dude, this is the 10th album. Can we have a different song now?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's room for us to always be Savage Master and expand a little bit at every album. Bring other flavors and different concepts in just slightly.
Yeah. It's kind of within the same world. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's kind of got to be in that same world because you don't want to alienate anyone, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So over the next 12 months for the band, what do you all hope really like comes to light?
Well, I guess hopefully within the next 12 months we'll have a new album out.
Yeah.
We're hopefully it's not sent off yet, so I don't know,
Yeah. Yeah. but yeah.
Uh, so on the books is a lot of touring, really.
Yeah.
We'll do a bunch of touring. We've got Mexico City coming up, and then we'll do the United States again, the whole thing. Then we'll do Europe, and then we'll be off for the winter. Then the album will come out, and we'll do all that again. So
Yeah.
um,
Hopefully we can make it back to Canada.
do some
Hopefully we can
Canada,
see some new places.
and hopefully the new album does well, and people still like it. At least we'll still be doing our thing, And that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah.
Like we'll have some videos, and hopefully it goes well. Hopefully everybody loves it and buys it.
Yes. Yeah. You guys got to love it and
They buy
buy it.
multiple copies, I hope.
I mean, how many variants are you guys going to put out on vinyl?
I don't even
That
know.
we don't know.
That's all Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim actually is usually the genius when
He'll
it comes to
present
that.
us with a bunch of concepts for that stuff, and we'll just pick.
It's funny because like in my head I always thought it's like the bands come up with these crazy ideas and the record label's like I don't know, but he'll come up with ideas and then we'll be like are you sure that'll work, and he's like oh I don't know. So like he's very imaginative, and everything he puts out with Shadow Kingdom is just beautiful, and
So we trust him.
nice. He's got Anik Giroux does the layouts, and she does a beautiful job, so it's very quality.
Right on. Well, that's exciting. Do you guys have a title for the new album?
Yeah, it's
We're tinkering around. We're thinking about it, but we're not sure.
still in the
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some titles floating around, but no
But,
one's thinking.
yeah, nothing's stuck yet.
Nothing's stuck yet. Okay.
So we'll see. Yeah.
All right. We're not going to call it the Christian Revolution.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like
Say that
throw.
out loud,
I didn't mean to throw that name
How
out
did
for
you
everyone.
guess?
How did you guess what we were doing?
Oh fuck. Cracks me up. So out of all the bands that you guys have played with, who are some of the ones that really like stick out to you that you didn't expect to be just out of this world?
Honestly, just not this past Hell's Heroes, but the one before that, was it the first time we saw Bloodstar? Which was, I mean, I didn't know much about them, and then we saw them live, and it was like sheer magic. And then, we were so stoked to be able to tour with them recently. But yeah, I mean, it really blew me away.
Yeah, as far as the band is concerned, we've played so many shows with some legendary old school metal
Like
bands. It's
Manila Road was
yeah,
awesome.
Fear Uncle, all these old
Yeah.
bands. That's really incredible. One of the coolest highlights I thought was we played Louisville actually with Grim Reaper,
Yeah.
and just that whole experience hanging out with them. Steve had Stacey come up and sing with them.
Yeah. It was a
Just
great time.
that whole
He was
thing.
very
I
sweet.
remember as a kid buying that cassette tape and just being like, totally into Grim
I never
Reaper.
thought we would
You know?
meet them.
Yeah,
So
the whole thing intermingling and we're like cool and on,
yeah.
stage with them and stuff. That's really nuts,
And that was I don't know do you know what year that was? It was earlier in our career. I was actually very nervous to go on stage and sing with them. I just was, blown away.
Yeah, that stuff's just fantastic. We've seen a lot of stuff. Ross the Boss stuff was nuts.
Awesome.
Was that
Yeah.
when he had Mark? Is Mark still with him?
I don't think Mark's still with him. We seen the first one that he did
At Keep It
at
True
Keep It
Festival.
True, and it was a secret show.
Yeah, secret band. So like if you have the shirt from that fest, it just says secret band.
It was the headlining secret band, and
Yeah.
nobody knew what it was. But about within like 3 or 4 hours of them playing, people started talking about it. Like there was some word that it might be Ross the Boss, and then they came out and just did a full Manowar set. And it was
We
outrageous.
were up on the balcony and it was
Seeing that was you sit up in the balcony with the guys from the Rods. I don't know.
yeah.
This 80s, great 80s metal band.
Yeah, they were really great.
And they're dumbfounded by the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, what is happening? They're doing Manowar songs. There's been a lot of experiences like that. Just getting to meet people, cool people.
Yeah.
That we like. Yeah, it's
We
neat.
played with Bitch and Frost and Fire Fest and
That was neat. Yeah, me, her. Yeah, right. And then just lots of bands that we've been associated with. Sanhedrin, for instance.
yeah.
I like
Last year we did a great tour with them.
After seeing them, I was just like obsessed with them after that. Loved it. Listened to the records a bunch after that. Sometimes you don't get it until you see it live, or you
Yeah.
might like it, but then live it'll put you over the edge.
Yeah, just
Oh, this is really something I like. It's
way.
really,
Yeah, and they're all great people too.
yeah.
Really,
The list
really
could go
good
on
bands.
forever. There's so
Yeah,
many.
there's so many.
I feel like there's not a lot of bands like that, but you're right. Like a band this weekend. I was at Legalized Lex, and who was it? Howling Giant. I
Oh,
tried
okay.
I'd tried to listen to him a few times, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's good music. I just was like, okay. Then they played live, and I was like, holy shit.
Oh yeah, it changed everything right now.
We saw
Yeah.
Freeways in Lexington, and that was a really I liked them on record, but that was also
Yeah,
one of those shows
Freeways.
that was really fun to watch.
Live, it came across just as a totally different thing.
Just
Like,
so much energy.
really cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like that. And sometimes bands disappoint. You never know. So
Yeah.
Recording and playing live are two completely different things, so it can come across pretty differently.
Yeah, and that's I'm the guy that if I like the music and then I go see you live and you can't perform, I have a hard time going back and liking the music again.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, definitely.
Do you guys have a show that as a band really kind of set the bar for you guys?
Like a show that we've seen.
Yeah, or
Um,
seen or played.
Well, I mean, I think from my perspective, we've had a lot of different moments. But I tell you, the shows we did with Guar, I'm not the biggest Guar fan in the world or anything, but the shows we did with Guar were like a view into what we do times 1,000.
Yeah.
Like so much more work and thought.
They have these huge tanks of the fake blood and all.
Looked at it and what we were thinking, how elaborate we
Actually,
what we could do.
well,
really
they
was
had to show up a lot earlier than most bands do for load in at like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. and have a crew duct tape and put plastic all over everything. So
the amount of extra work
so
is
much extra work.
yeah, and you just think you have to do this
well before the show. Yeah.
do this extra work if you're going to do this extra show.
Yeah.
If you're going to do this extra element of stuff, there's going to be a lot more stress and work to it. It was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
how far you can go with it and what it takes.
It's
So
a
that's
lot.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys play Mercury Ballroom with them?
No, we
No,
played Bogarts in Cincinnati with them. That's the
Bogarts was,
closest we played to it.
yeah.
We
Okay.
did a show at Mercury with Behemoth,
Behemoth.
maybe. Yeah,
Behemoth, yeah.
that was pretty wild.
Yes.
That was a wild band,
Hmm.
definitely.
Yeah. That was I always get the fucking band name wrong. Agnoresis.
I was gonna
Neurosis, I
ask
think.
what band played that. I knew it was another
Yeah.
Louisville band. And I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really dig those guys too. Um, so the I'm really blown away with like they have big tanks of fucking blood. They like
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
nuts.
Different colors. And then they have these costumes. I actually watched a little, there's like some, maybe more than one little documentaries about their whole thing of how they build the costumes and all that. So it's
Yeah,
really
there's just so
intense.
much to it. Like,
Yeah.
well, there's a whole legacy to their band anyway that's crazy. But just seeing them do just the show that we saw and the trouble that it goes through, like the amount of people they have to have working for them, the things that have to go right for the show to go over. It's inspiring.
Yeah.
It's more than
Totally.
I mean, I've worked a lot of staging gigs and stuff, seen a lot of big bands do stuff, but the amount of work that they're putting in is pretty astronomical.
Mhm.
It's over the top.
And they have so much stuff they're lugging around with two semis.
Yeah, um, that's just so much junk. But other shows that I just saw in my life that impressed me were probably like the one that got me over the top into it would be I seen Metallica in '88 in Louisville Gardens,
ooh,
and that was like it set me just on fire with wanting to do it forever. Just thought it was incredible. You know, like Metallica was just huge at that point. It blew me away.
yeah,
Definitely got me to just do music.
that was like Justice era.
Yeah, the statue fell apart and the whole bit. Like money went everywhere, and they had the cult opening, and that dude fell off the stage. I
Mhm.
remember.
What a fucking memory. Like poop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I remember.
Actually, yeah, I fell off the stage at one of the Guar shows.
That's
Actually,
true. That's true.
Oh
somebody came up to me like,
It's on the monitor.
yeah, well, because there was like, I guess some kind of tarp or something from the stage to a monitor and a gap that I didn't know was there. And I
Yeah.
stepped in the gap.
In front of the stage, there were like these giant speakers, like maybe like 6 foot tall speakers.
Yeah, like
And
almost level
they
with the
had a
stage.
tarp across the top of them, so it looked like a flat surface. But so she walked from one to the other one, like,
Like, yeah, right.
just back up real quick.
Yeah, I got up real
Holy
quick.
shit.
I guess the adrenaline. But yeah, somebody came up to me like a year later and was like, "I saw you with Bar. You ruined the show. You fell."
You're in there.
I was like, I was like, I got back up.
I was there. I remember. I
Like I didn't ruin it. Now you have a really good fucking memory of this shit.
Oh,
Like
I know, right?
The guy, I remember playing, just thinking like, being so glad she got back up. It's like, oh, thank God. All right, we're all right. This is
well, I
not too
know.
crazy.
She's like, I fell off the stage. My first thought is like, oh shit, like did you break something?
Right.
Well, I don't know. Like, I think I still had one foot on the speaker and through some adrenaline rush, like was able to, you know, in the moment get back up. So without injuring myself
Yes.
somehow.
It
But it could
sucks
have
to
been
fall.
bad.
Yeah, it sucks to fall, but at least you
Yeah,
didn't
it does.
like break anything,
Yeah, yeah, I've been very lucky.
Like what a good memory. So
Yeah.
how did you guys like how did each member of the band come to be?
Well, so Adam and I are the only original members at this point, and we basically, went over that, how we met and everything, and
Mhm.
started the band. And then other than us, Little John the drummer is our longest member, and he's been with us quite a while now. And
Definitely the longest other running member from the earlier days. I think it came on the EP,
yeah,
on the first EP, but then we had some other longtime players. Larry Myers was our guitar player for quite some time
hmm
until maybe 3 years ago.
yeah, something.
And then we got a guy named Julian Freed for a bit, and then Nikki came along.
Hmm
And then now it's kind of cemented into Nick.
Yeah, and then and
And
the
then
river.
and then
Yeah.
river.
Nick and
Yeah.
River.
It just grows.
Yeah. We just got younger with
But we're happy with this lineup. It's
yeah, we
a
are.
good lineup.
Yeah, everybody's very motivated and
Professional.
yeah.
It's very easy to do.
It's real good and
Yeah.
solid. So
Oh, it makes a big difference.
I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if you remember, but I do. Lil John was flying in, and an Uber driver picked him up from the airport and dropped him off to you guys. That was a fan of the band, and this was
Oh, I
No
do
shit.
remember this story.
That
So
was-
was that you?
that was me.
Wow.
Would you?
Oh,
No way,
okay. I
really?
didn't make
That's
that
crazy.
connection.
Yeah.
I remember the story. He was like, "Whoa, what? He's a fan of the band. I can't believe it."
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's awesome.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
loved that story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like that shit. It's cool. It was cool for me. I'm like, oh, this is fucking cool.
yeah. Very cool.
Uh, so has there been an interaction with a fan that has really just been super cool for you all, just as a whole?
Oh,
There's
God.
a lot.
So many.
We have a lot of really nice fans. We have people just do incredible things for us.
I just want to throw out real quick.
Yeah.
This guy, Chris Tony's one of our number one fans.
Yeah.
One of the best people I've ever met in my entire
Yeah,
life. honestly.
totally.
Like, just a sweetheart person. Does so many things for the band. Always looking out for us. Definitely one of the number one fans we have. Best guy.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
There's lots of those
Yeah.
people though. We could get,
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just somebody that
Yeah. And even recently he drove through the snowstorm and everything to see us in Chicago. He lives out in Wisconsin, so he's dedicated.
definitely
But yeah.
dedicated.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. I was gonna
lot
ask
of-
you
you know,
where
yeah, but
he's
there's
from.
yeah, lots of yeah. He's from Denmark and Wisconsin. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Next time, tell him to bring you some spotted cow.
Oh,
yeah, yeah. He
Yeah, he
actually did,
He
didn't
brought
he,
us
this
some
time?
spotted cow
Yeah.
last time.
Or the last time, yeah.
He'll usually bring he'll come to see us in Chicago if we don't do Wisconsin. And he'll bring a big box of
A big cooler full of cheese.
cheese, meat, and the beers and different little things like
Yeah.
that, all Wisconsin based or eccentric to
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. It's very cool.
I mean, I'm serious. It's a giant.
Yeah, it's a
cooler.
big cooler.
It's crazy what he'll do.
It's awesome.
Very nice guy.
Very sweet.
That's super
But
cool.
Yeah.
we've been lucky to meet just so many good people out there that
Mhm.
have treated us so well, honestly.
Yeah.
Over the time. You always have bad times too, but you try to just forget those.
Yeah.
There's so many good people out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I like to focus on the good shit. So
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
like it keeps everything light and airy. It's not like,
Yeah.
yeah, this one time fucking blah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Um, well, it feels like you guys have a really solid fan base, like the people who like you fucking not just like you, right? They like love you, which is I think a testament to the music, the live show, and you all as a whole, right?
Well, thank you. Thank you. And we do have dedicated fans.
We do.
They're the
We're
best.
blessed with some great fans.
Hell yeah.
So,
What
Um,
how much work goes into the live show?
um, it depends on what you mean. Like, I guess it's been an ever developing thing,
Yeah.
what we do. The show at this point is quite a bit more. Um, for instance, like when we get to the club, there are duties that we all have to do. Like there's work for all of us to do. There's no one that doesn't have to work. Someone has to deal with our merch. Somebody has to deal with the front of the house sound people, deal with the management. Somebody has to do the uniforms, the outfits. That's what I usually do. Get all that stuff together. Get her props together.
Fog machine,
The
make
fog
sure-
machine. Make sure
Make sure it's not going to blow out the stage.
discuss all these elements with the sound person.
Yeah.
Discuss the fact that we're going to use a 6-minute intro and all this crazy stuff.
Yeah,
It
just
always
explain.
confuses
Yeah.
people. 6 minutes. I'm like, hey, we're going to play to it. Just let
Yeah. So we have to get changed. So it's
Yeah.
better than
Then silence.
silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's quite a bit of work. I think we pretty much end up working. We'll work most of the evening up to maybe like an hour or so before we have to play,
Yeah.
and
And then we
we'll
can
have
watch the
some.
fans
We can
and
watch intermittently we'll check out each band, but you have to go back to your work.
Yeah.
And then we'll have about that hour of fucking around, and then you got to go get in your gear and get your stuff up there. Then you're in the show for an hour, and then you've got 30 minutes at least to undo that at the end. So it's a long day's work, really.
Yeah.
More than your normal
Well, we
band.
get off stage and we have to change, and
You
we
gotta
gotta get
change.
our shit off stage
You gotta take all
really
your shit
quickly.
off and
Yeah. And taking off sweaty clothes and putting on
and
clothes
then
is
I got to
kind of
put all the sweaty clothes
takes
together,
longer than you think.
hang them up, and all this
Yeah.
crazy shit that
And
goes
then
on.
make sure they don't get moldy in the
Spray them down.
yeah, we gotta wash the hoods all the time, and yeah.
Yeah, because the outfits get disgusting. They're just one show and they stink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep washing them over and over.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people don't realize, like, for a band, like, what all goes into just each performance,
Oh
and
yeah,
Yeah.
it's important that they know, like, obviously, you guys do it and you do it really well. It seems like right now you've got a really good, like, orchestration on, okay, you're taking this part, you're taking that part. Let's boom, boom.
It works so much better that way.
definitely.
We work as a team.
And we're lucky with that. With Nick coming into the band, he's like-minded and
Yeah.
plotting it out more so than guitarists we had before. Not that most people will go along with it.
Yeah.
Some people will excel at the performance parts.
Well, he can take charge, and he's does a lot of stuff.
He knows what flies.
He books bands too, so he has experience on the other end of things too sometimes, or he has more of a relationship with promoters than just an average band.
Live, he has just a really stable element, and we can just plot out more ridiculous stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's willing to go along.
Yeah. He's game.
To climb on the
Actually, the first time we saw Nick playing with the Stonecutters, we were like, "Hey, that's pretty
This
cool."
guy's killer.
He's
Yeah,
jumping up. He's got his shirt off. He's jumping on the monitors. He's
it was
playing
definitely
in
like
their
a
face, and we're
definitely an
like,
improvement.
that's cool, and now we get to have him in our band doing
Now he
this.
does that for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Very
So
cool.
what was the first time you saw him play?
One of the
It was at the Art Sanctuary in Louisville.
one of the first shows he did, I believe, was
It was
it was
one
an
of
early
the
show.
first Stonecutter shows
One
that
of the
he did
first
with
with Nick.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I'm,
a long time ago.
and we just knew
Maybe
him
like
for a long time.
7 years ago or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
But when we got him, it definitely clicked. He had a lot of the same goals. He wanted to do a lot of the same stuff
Mhm.
that we
He
wanted
had a
to
good
do.
understanding of
Good
our
understanding of
sound.
what we were trying to pull off.
Yeah.
And I think that was always kind of a struggle early on, is if the person, like finding people that were like-minded in the same music, like understanding traditional heavy metal.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you kind of have to explain to them what you're doing. Like,
Yeah. Or the feel.
here's why it has to be this way, because it's kind of like,
And then when we came up with the hood concept, that was
oh
not
yeah,
necessarily well.
the guys that we had at the time were definitely not cool with this idea.
Like,
I
don't know, man.
We had it thought out, and
Yeah.
this is our way out of here, for two.
Made him do it.
Made them do it. Yeah,
So how hot is it in that?
it's really hot. It used to be we wore like kind of bondage gear, so you didn't have a shirt on, and that was a lot cooler.
Except that you
It's-
wore like a real heavy fucking chain with a real padlock on it.
And all our bondage gear would get real rusty and would cut you up. And
Ugh.
you'd have all these
Yeah, the rest gets sharp.
you'd have all these like little infected cuts all over your chest. It was a mess.
Yeah.
So, but now we wear shirts, vest over the shirts. We wear the mask, the shirt, the vest, a dog collar, and then a cape over that.
So it's
So
hot.
it's very hot. It's like wearing the cape feels like a wet blanket on you after a while.
Ugh.
You'd be like, oh God, it's torture. You'll just be sweating so much.
I'm the lucky one.
You cannot find a picture of us out there where we don't have big sweat stains all over the top of our forehead.
Yeah,
It's-
I saw that at Green Lantern. It was like
Yeah,
second
it's brutal.
song, sweat. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's hot as hell in there. And then also we want to move around a lot, and you want to present a good show, so that's a lot of activity in that outfit.
Yeah. God, yeah, it is. Because you guys don't just fucking stand there. There's a lot of moving.
Yeah, you got to run around, and we're not allowed to drink anything through the whole show, which is complicated.
Oh, because of that.
No
Ah.
mouthful.
There's no alcohol. So you can't drink. You have to drink before that. You'll chug some water before you go out there.
Oh
Gotta stay
shit.
hydrated all day
Yeah,
long.
You get off stage, you're like, give me that gallon of water.
Oh yeah, you definitely need to drink it immediately after you get off stage.
Yeah.
Well, after
Oh,
you go get your gear, and then you get off stage.
Yeah.
like undress, get the shit off. Okay, now I can take a drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Ah,
kind of like a marathon. Like as soon as we get off stage, it's a marathon to get undressed, redressed, go get our gear, and then for them drink water, all
Yeah,
this,
get some water. Then we started all the other little work things you have to do. Yeah, it's crazy.
wow. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Like we- we've been going for, I don't know, 45-ish minutes and I'm almost done with my like water now. Like
Yeah.
I've had no water this entire without any with no problem. I'm training.
You're
you're
trained.
like always in
No,
training.
we keep water in the van though. We drink water all day
All
long.
day long, everybody has to stay hydrated. We always have a cooler and a bunch of
A
water
case of
because
water.
it's definitely dangerous. We've had some incidences where well, I think all of the members at some point, the current members have felt the moment where you are on the edge of passing out in the outfit.
River, maybe not yet, but
River hasn't yet, but he will, I'm sure, go through this. I've definitely been there where I thought, oh, this might be the time I'd drop out here. This might be it. We've had one of our
Julian almost
one of
passed
our
out
guitar
in
players fell out in Europe
last year in Europe.
on stage, and that was pretty scary.
I mean, he started to kind of.
We had to drag him back and rip out take the outfit off from him and do the whole bit. It's just like
Yeah,
because it does get a little crazy, but and also one of the dangerous things about it is we can't communicate with each other
no facial
because
expression.
there's no facial expressions.
Yeah,
So you only have your eyes,
yeah.
and you're like, "How long has his eyes been closed?" So you think stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know, is he all right? You're trying to play. It's a weird thing. So,
Actually, I
Oh,
think we tried to come up with hand gestures, but we haven't. I don't think
yeah,
we've really kept up
not
with it.
really.
So,
this
but we're trying to like with emergency hand signals. Yes, there you go. That's a good one.
Basically, if John doesn't stop, we don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do
yeah.
that though, the sound guy might just turn you down.
Yeah, you're like, no shit. Volume up. I'm just passing out, motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah,
Kind of just have to wait for someone to drop, really. So,
yeah. Well,
Oh, oh, that's
yeah.
like we played one of the hottest ones ever, Louisville, it was Uncle Pleasant's,
Hmm.
and we brought Deceased there, and it was unbelievable.
Maybe August or
It was in
something.
August. Their air conditioning was out.
oh
It was like 125 in the room or something like that. It was ridiculous. Those are ones where you think I might die in this outfit. This might be it for me.
yeah. Yeah, and
Hope
that
this was worth it.
Yeah.
like and Uncle Pleasance isn't big, you get people in
Tight,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's hot as hell in there.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Oh,
definitely.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess it was the new vintage at that
It was
point.
new vintage by then. Yeah, yeah. That's right.
okay.
That's where we played with Grim Reaper too.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
So I never made it to the new vintage. I did a lot of shows when it was Uncle Pleasance,
Right.
but that was
Seen a lot
almost
of shows at Uncle Pleasant's as well. Definitely. It was a cool
yeah,
venue. I liked it.
for sure. I wonder what it is
What is it
now.
now? Oh,
I don't even know if it is a venue now. I don't know if it's a bar or
I
anything.
feel like it was something after New Vintage, but now I can't remember what it was. I hadn't been there since then, so I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like
They
it was
stopped
like
We
doing it.
moved out of
a,
Louisville
They
too,
stopped
so
doing shows and stuff like that, I think.
I think it was like a dance club or something.
yeah, yeah.
Figures.
So where'd you
Anyway,
guys move to?
we live down in central Kentucky,
Okay.
Junction City, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
Near Danville.
near Danville.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's not in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah,
as
it's like a
loud
little
as you want.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a little Mayberry town, actually. We live across from the post office around that area and where the police station used to be and all that.
It's like in this, like we're in the technically downtown, but it's just like a
One
flower
street
shop and a cupcake shop, and then like the post office,
and our place.
and it's pretty much the whole thing.
It's cool though.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool.
So when you guys are not on the road, what keeps you busy?
Well,
You can answer this.
I can.
I mainly just watch movies.
Well, yeah, yeah, you can.
I do. I have my hobbies. And
Yes.
stuff, he's like
Well, I
an entrepreneur and doing all kinds of businesses and stuff. So it's different than what I'm doing.
try. I like to keep busy. I like drawing, painting. But more recently, I've gone into like making earrings and stuff, and I did different. I did like UV resin, and then I started doing clay. Then I got carpal tunnel, and so
Damn.
now I'm gonna try a new technique, which I just got a laser cutting machine so it can engrave and cut. So I was gonna make designs and cut them out of acrylic and like glue them together and make earrings that way. So that's my new adventure
So like
coming up.
is it a glow forge?
It's not, but it's a same concept. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Maybe not the exact same type of laser, but same
Yeah.
use.
Same idea.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
same idea.
I was someone else. I was talking to someone a couple years ago that had a glow forge, and they were doing a lot of stuff for
Yeah, it
other
seems like
other bands,
oh
making coasters and all kinds of shit. Which
yeah, it
Yeah,
seems pretty limitless what you can do with it. So
good idea. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
huh? That's pretty fucking neat.
Yeah.
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 And
I'll see if I get this thing going.
you guys go out to you do like the big flea markets and shit, right?
Yeah.
We do
Yeah.
that off and on, definitely when we can.
Yeah.
Sometimes it conflicts with what we're doing, but we try to
Mhm.
do it off and on. Those are a slippery slope though, because you'll spend money there too.
Oh yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
If you
yeah,
like the stupid junk that we like, you'll definitely spend money.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's a really fun, weird world to be in.
Yeah.
It's different, especially after doing several of them. You start to know the people,
Yeah, the vendors
the other
and
vendors, and you're like, ah, what a weird bunch we all are.
Yeah. And they're
eccentric
showing up.
people.
They're like, dude, I know you'd really like this. And you're like, I don't want to
Oh
spend
yeah,
money.
it's
Yeah.
exactly that.
Yeah.
And even
Or
more,
they'll trade
you
you
don't
or
want to trade, or sometimes they even bring you crazy gifts,
just give me
and you'll
stuff.
be
It's
really
nice.
surprised
Yeah.
by like what they've given you. You'll be like,
Mhm.
why would you give this to anybody? It's worth a lot of money, you know? But it's very cool. It's neat.
But then they give you worthless stuff too sometimes.
And then it seems like I've made a lot of friends there at the flea market, but none of them are my friends outside of the flea market.
It's a different
Like even if
world.
you contacted them, you have no contact. But as soon as you're at the flea market, everyone is your buddy. They're like,
Well, like one guy has a flea market name. Like, he doesn't even use his real name.
I won't even give you his real name. It's like a flea market name. I'm like, why?
Because I'm performing. I don't want you
Yeah,
guys to know
I
me
guess
anywhere
it
else.
is a performance.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So I know you guys have a lot going on. We're coming up on that hour mark. I greatly, greatly appreciate you all taking time out of your night to come hang out and chat with me. Um,
Thanks for having
So
us.
very
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Good
been a
times.
lot of fun.
It is.
Just so I'm sure you guys see it, I post a lot of shit. So when your episode comes out, there's going to be a lot of activity.
Okay,
All right.
great. Love
Okay.
it. We'll share it, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Looking
So
forward to it.
you guys, are you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got,
Savage Master Official Instagram.
I'll make sure that we're all connected because
Yeah.
I post
Fantastic. Yeah.
from Instagram, but I collaborate. So it like, you
Oh,
ain't
great.
even got to share it. It'll just
Oh, cool.
blast out to
Excellent.
everyone.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
Excellent.
cool.
Great.
Yeah.
You guys
Thanks
are
so
rock
much for having us,
stars.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Nah,
you so
Yeah.
much.
I appreciate it. And I wish you guys all the success in the world.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
It's my
much.
pleasure.
Thank you, man.
Awesome. Have a great
Appreciate it.
night.
You
You
too.
too.
Good night.
Thanks. See ya.